Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. All right. Let's go ahead and start with an oracle card to get a feel for your overall energy. Thank you, Divine. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Clarity. Something is being made clear to you. And I feel like this is something that was a source of confusion for a long time. You're very intuitive. You see so deeply into so many things. But there's something that was very close to your heart. And that's why it wasn't as clear to you, some of the things that are becoming clear to you now. There's a lot of healing that's coming with this clarity as well. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else from this deck? Okay, passion. I'm seeing that passion is being reignited in your world. That may be something that you haven't thought about recently. Maybe you've been more concerned with the day-to-day, or you may have been going through something that was challenging, and so you haven't really been focusing on your sense of passion and what really moves you, okay? I'm getting the vibe of passion as far as things that you really enjoy, that excite you. Maybe a hobby or something creatively that excites you, but also sensual passion. Okay, so that's something that you may have felt out of tune with, but that's something that may be reawakened for you. Okay, it may be reawakening for you very soon. Compassion. Divine is reminding you to be very compassionate with yourself. 222 on the timer. That's the best way to balance your energy instantly, is to give yourself grace. No matter what it is that you feel that you may have missed, or that you may have missed out on, or that maybe you just didn't get quite right, give yourself grace and know that you did the best that you could, and that's good enough. Okay? Dreams. I feel like that's really, well, it's related to all of this, but I really see dreams and passion going together, because there is a dream of yours that is coming true, and it's because you are reawakening a passion of yours that maybe you have allowed to fall by the wayside. Okay, it's something that you're getting back in touch with. I don't feel like it's something completely new. Or let's say, for example, if you write, maybe you're going to be writing something different that you had not written before, but writing isn't new to you. Maybe that's something that you've already been doing, but you're going to start a new project within writing. Same thing with art. You might not be new to art, but you might take up a different type of art. You know what I mean? Like maybe you'll start working with watercolors and you had never done that before, something like that. Okay? So yeah, exploring a different aspect of something that you're very passionate about. Something very important about that. Okay, I'm going to pull an archetype card for you. Thank you, Spirit. What message is coming through for this beautiful being? A couple. Okay, we've got, oh, saboteur. And it was in the reverse. So there's somebody around you who wants to mess something up. Okay. It would be nice to take a break from some spiritual warfare for just a minute, but you know, these karmics stay on their A game, don't they? Okay, so there's someone who's trying to cause a situation for you where you would destruct something in your world. They're trying to get you to self-destruct regarding some area of your life, okay? Now this could be regarding their, what's coming through to me is the way that they're communicating with you. It's almost like I see you setting a goal as far as how you're going to interact with someone, and they may intentionally communicate with you in a way that's supposed to aggravate you. So they're trying to sabotage the way that you have committed to moving forward. Maybe you have committed to be very positive in your interaction with this person, and they just keep coming at you with negativity. Okay, it's something like that. I see it on a small scale like that. We'll take a look and see if there's anything coming through on a larger scale. Okay, but it feels like something that someone's doing just to undermine an effort that you have made to set forward on a path. Okay, this could also be with your passion. There might be something that you're doing creatively and someone has been very either discouraging or flat out rude. Maybe they've made a comment about something that you do, or they haven't been supportive. But in some sort of way, this is a person who wants to sabotage something that you have been working on. Let's see. We've got athlete. So what I'm seeing here is that you are a natural winner. Like, I see you at the Olympics winning a gold. And this is something that sparks jealousy within other people. It's your natural way of winning. You might not even be aware of this, but you come across as a winner just naturally. And so this is a vibe that you radiate, and it does draw a lot of jealous eyes, a lot of envy. I also see you doing something though that you're maintaining your physical well-being. You might be working out more, you might be paying attention to your physical health and making sure that you're investing in yourself and your physical body. Yeah. Beautiful. Messiah. You are a teacher. You also serve others. That is something that you set out to do, to serve humanity. And you do so with humility, which is kind of ironic because you come across as a person who's always winning. And so I think that that's something that aggravates a lot of people around you, where they're like, oh, they make it look so easy. But they're not considering all of the time and energy that you put into developing yourself, whether it's developing your character, developing your education. I see you as a lifelong learner. I feel like I'm getting the energy of Jupiter, where you're always wanting to expand your knowledge and awareness of the world. You put in this time, energy, and effort, and that's something that a lot of people don't consider when they look at you. They just look at what they consider as the finished product, and you're nowhere near finished because you're always evolving. But you always look so good to them, and that's very frustrating to some people around you, which is why you tend to sometimes run into these saboteur type of energies. Prince, romantic charm and potential for power. I feel like there is an energy of attraction, of love attraction around you. There's someone who might want to make an offer. I see those flowers there. There's someone who might want to give you an offer of, whether it's simply to get to know you better, maybe going on a date, spending some time with you outside of what's necessary. I see this as a potential for getting to know someone outside of an environment that you may already know them in, perhaps a work environment or within your community. There might be someone who is interested in you, and you're going to spend some time with this person outside of your normal environment where you normally see them. With the prostitute card, this is about you putting more of an emphasis on your values. So you're the type of person who you will give up an opportunity to advance if it means that you feel like you're selling yourself short. If you feel at all like there's something that you're doing that does not match up with your core values, you are completely willing to overlook that and bypass that and go to something else that you feel aligns more with you and what you're truly looking for. Spirit is bringing through that is going to increase and enhance your longevity in life. You are going to live a much longer and more balanced life because you're not allowing yourself to be stressed out over doing things or forcing yourself to do things that you don't truly feel aligned with you, okay? There's also the vampire energy coming through. There is someone, so we've got, okay, with these two cards coming through, Saboteur and Vampire, we're definitely going to tune in and see what might be going on here, because I feel like there are some energies around you that are wanting to, they're seeking energy from you that they can siphon from you in a way that is not honest. I mean, anytime you have to siphon energy from someone, that's not honest, right? 11:11 on the timer. Portals are open for your success and your protection, but there's someone who's looking for a way in to your energy, and they're not coming in the front door. They're not trying to do this the right way. So we're going to take a look and see what might be going on here with these energies around you. Thank you, Divine. Please show me the current conflict that is surrounding this beautiful being, or whatever conflict they're facing or experiencing at this time. Energies around them that have been lurking or wanting to siphon their energy. Please reveal this. Okay, one more, Spirit. Okay, so definitely what's coming through is your sacred energy. And I feel like because you are so aware of the world, you're aware of your energy and the energies around you, there are people who try to test you with this. You have very positive cards here. You've got the Six of Wands, okay? So you are definitely receiving recognition in some area. I feel like this could be regarding something that you do. It could be within that area of passion, okay? Perhaps this is something that you do. You create something and you put it out there, you share it with the world, and that is how you continue to ignite your passion. It shows. And it shows that you know what you're doing. It shows that you're very passionate about life. And you're successful. If you haven't already experienced success, this is on the horizon. And there's someone around you who can sense this energy. You've got the Page of Swords. So there's definitely eyes on you, okay? Someone is looking at you, they're studying you, they're watching you. And this doesn't have to be just one person. It could be several people. It could be an overall vibe around you. You definitely have a lot of eyes on you. And with the Sun card here, Three of Wands, Princess of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, most eyes are on you for good reasons. They want to learn from you. They want to experience the creations that you share with the world. They want to feel your energy, but they don't want to necessarily siphon it in the way that a vampire would, okay? You know, seeing these positive cards, with the Prostitute card, the Vampire card, and the Saboteur, there's definitely someone here who wants to take advantage of the beautiful energy that you're radiating at this time. And they want to do this in a physical way. They want to do this in a sexual way. There's someone who wants to take advantage of your energy. Yeah, with the Prince card there and those flowers being behind their back, it's like someone's up to something. What I'm getting is that someone wants to make you an offer, and they do want to get to know you outside of work or outside of your normal environment. But I'm getting that there's an offer on the table. There's someone who is extremely aware of your sacred energy with the Messiah card and the Hierophant and the High Priestess. There's someone who's looking for an opportunity to offer you something with the Princess of Pentacles. They want to make an offer to you. Perhaps telling you that they would offer you something for your time with them. As in, you can come stay with me. You can come live with me. But there are certain requirements. Do you know what I mean? This is because they see you shining. This is because this person wants to sabotage something in your life. They see something going very well, and they want to be very careful about how they present this offer to you because they know that you are the High Priestess. That's why they're watching you so carefully with the Page of Swords. Their motivation for doing this is that they want in on your success, and they also want to sabotage your success. They're watching you carefully so that they ensure that you will agree with what it is that they're proposing to you. With this Princess of Pentacles, you see how there's a star there by her womb? They want your creative energy. That's what they want to siphon. So they see you creating, they see you shining, and they want to derail you with this sabotage energy. And they want to siphon your energy by requiring that you, oh, if you get this, I'll give you this, but they want you to do something that does not align with your values. Wow. Wow. That's the trash truck. Yeah, I can think of some things that need to be taken out with the trash. Like this whole idea, okay? How about that? All right, I want to get some more information on this situation. Thank you, Divine. Please bring through some clarity. Well, this must be the clarity that Divine was talking about. Okay? Because you would definitely want to be clear on someone's intentions like this, you know? Wow. Someone has observed you achieving something wonderful. This is your sun energy. You are absolutely radiant, and you have achieved something wonderful that a lot of people have not done or would not have the courage to do. I see you as a very courageous being. And with this evil eye, someone is definitely watching you closely. That's that Page of Swords energy where they're observing you, they're watching you. They want to know exactly what you're up to. I want to get more information on this real love. This may be a vibe that you already have in your life. You may already be partnered, but if you are not, then that is something that this person wants to offer you. So that's on the table too. Not only quote unquote providing for you in some way, but also offering you love. If you are a lone wolf, or you sort of like stay to yourself, that's something that this person is trying to bank on, is that you would be lonely and would want someone to look out for you. Okay, please clarify real love. Okay, yeah, we've got house and nice guy. So this is someone who is laying on the table that, okay, I will provide a house for you. Hey, I'm a nice guy. Come live with me. But this is required. This. Okay? And this are required. So it would come with certain stipulations. Divine, please show me the true energy of this person and their intentions. This person that is posing as a provider for the collective. Temperance and the Three of Cups. There could be Sagittarius energy here. They want to act as if they are offering balance to your world and a sense of community, support. Tell me more. Divine is saying that this person is not offering what they are saying that they're going to offer. With the Seven of Wands, Divine is saying, do not consider going to this person's house or signing up for any sort of deal that they're offering you. That's the recommendation from Spirit here with the Seven of Wands there. Tell me more about this energy. This would end up in a situation where you are in the Five of Pentacles. They want to present the situation as if they're taking you to a brighter place, a more peaceful place where you're supported. But indeed, what would await you is Five of Pentacles. And I feel like what's coming through is that it's because they would, like, all financial and physical support aside, this person would completely deplete you of your spiritual energy and of your divine connection. Okay? With the things that they would want you to do. Wow. Yeah, with the Nine of Wands here, you're being encouraged to set boundaries. Very, very strong boundaries, because the audacity of this plan is pretty out there, you know? With the Six of Wands and the Ten of Swords, you are already in a state now where you're winning with the Six of Wands. I mean, we see that clearly with the Sun, the High Priestess. Your energy is beautiful, but they want to take you to a state of Ten of Swords. They're trying to get your attention with the Page of Pentacles. They're trying to flaunt some sort of support that they feel that you would want. They're trying to make this offer very attractive to you. And with the kind of being that you are, it just is not something that you would ever consider. So yes, what I'm getting is that this person is absolutely ridiculous to even step to you with an idea like this. The fact that you are a High Priestess, the fact that you are already radiating success and joy. You may have been through something difficult, and perhaps they're assuming that because of that they would be able to tune into some sort of desire that you would have to have additional support. But the way the cards are looking, you would not need any support from this person. Also, with them being presented here as the Page of Pentacles, they're not even in a situation where they would be able to provide for you in the way that they are promising. They're a page. Okay? In order to be a provider to someone like you, we would need to see at least some Knight energy, but King preferably. King or Queen. Okay? A page is not in a situation where they would have the opportunity to provide for someone in the way that this person is coming through with their idea of provision. And certainly what they would want to take from you would not be worth whatever it is that they would offer. This is absolutely a saboteur. And what I'm seeing here is, like, with this saboteur card, this person is in a hot air balloon. So that says to me that they're full of hot air. But also, that's kind of like you on your trek upwards. You are headed upwards and you are doing a marvelous job of shining and winning and being successful. But they want to derail you and sabotage your journey upward, okay? Divine, let me get some more information on this saboteur and their intentions with this beautiful being. Please clarify this situation, Divine, for the collective. Yeah, they're promising fortune, abundance, and luck. But what they don't realize is that you are on the path to abundance, fortune, and luck. Your path is already abundant. You don't need this deal. It's a bad deal. It's like making a deal with the devil because they want to collect your soul in exchange for what they're offering you. This is a person who is a runner. They're very avoidant and they want to escape their own problems. So the fact that they're coming in acting like they have some sort of stability where they would be able to provide for you is very ironic. But it's because they have ulterior motives. They don't just want to offer you something financially and then that's it. They want to take from you. So the offer, the financial offer, is only in order to blind you, which you would never be blinded by anything because you're the high priestess, but they're not thinking logically, okay? It's to attract you into the situation so that they would be able to take your spiritual energy, to siphon that from you. That's really their goal. This person is struggling. They have run away, as they are a runner. They have run away from a work situation. And so they're not currently employed. Now, how are they going to pay for anything for you? How are they going to provide for you when they have run away from their own duties and obligations? They're not able to support themselves. And so how are they going to support you? Now, with the Three of Cups coming out, they could have the support of other people. So this could be like karmic family. This could be someone who you are familiar with as far as a group that you have worked with or that you have lived with, like in your community, in your neighborhood, or it could be a family situation. But this is someone who has been very toxic, that is trying to present an offer to you that would disguise, that's what they're hoping, that it would disguise their past craziness, whatever it is that you experienced with this person, whatever toxic issues you had with this person. They're hoping that you would be willing to overlook that because you're so enamored with, oh my gosh, you're gonna pay for everything, you're gonna support me. No, they can't. They can't. They don't have the ability to do that. They don't have enough money to do that. Yeah, they're trying to offer you a gift or an incentive that's very shiny, very appealing, but they want to use you. They want to copy you. Also, having you in a home with them is appealing to them because they've always wanted to be like you. This is a copycat that just wants to be just like you. That's their goal. Can you imagine living in a house with someone and they're always peeking around the corner to see what you're doing because they want to be like you? If this person has stalked you, this would be their ultimate dream because they would be living in the same space as you. This is crazy. All right, there could be a Taurus involved here. Also, I'm getting the energy of the sacral chakra. So that is with the sexual energy that they're trying to tap into. I would definitely protect my sacral chakra. So if they're trying to access your sexual energy on the astral realm, that is something that they would potentially try to do at any hour of the day, but especially at night. Okay, so protect your dream energy. You can play healing meditations for the sacral chakra. And just be aware. Being aware that someone is trying to tap into your energy, that's the first step. And that is a whole level of protection in and of itself. Okay? Speaking protection over yourself, and also not opening up sexually to anyone who is trying to invade your space is very important. They're trying to promise you unconditional love. Why? Because they see you as the high priestess. They know that you're a high priestess. And so unconditional love is your thing, you know? But they are trying to, as a copycat, they're going to try to tap into that frequency and offer you that, which they would never be able to fool you with that 3111 on the timer, 3111. This is, yes, this is definitely a situation that is involving other people, multiple people. Divine is saying to stick to yourself with this, okay? There is no recommendation from Spirit to move forward with anything like this. And I feel like Divine is really just putting this on your radar, either to confirm what you've already picked up on, or to make you aware of this sort of very fishy and nefarious behavior, okay, and energy that's lurking, all right? With the children card coming out here, I really don't like what I'm seeing, but I'm going to share it because Spirit is bringing it through. With this group, there could be some sort of harm that's being done towards children, because this is a group of people, or at least this person who's heading up this idea, they do not have any sort of boundaries whatsoever. They have no boundaries, and so they may do things that are very evil towards children. Yeah, very, very nefarious energy here. Very. This is definitely not something that you would want to involve yourself with. I'm going to take a look at the energies of affliction deck. Okay, these kind of fell out. Two bodies, one soul, pure love. This person might try to pose as a soulmate. And the fact that they are karmic family, you know, you have traveled with this person in previous lifetimes. But what I'm getting is that this person is delusional, because they realize that because you're karmic family, or you have traveled with this person in a past lifetime, they're now claiming you as a twin flame or as a soulmate. So they feel in their delusional mind that they have every right to do these sorts of things. A pleasant message or good news. So they're going to try to mask this offer in some sort of message. It could be a text, it could be an email, but it's more than likely something that's written. Okay? So beware. All right, this person is acting in their dark shadow self, the hidden repressed aspects of the self that exert a negative influence when not confronted or integrated. And that's the thing, is that they see you shining in your sun energy, and they are so jealous of your light. Now, here's the thing. What I'm getting is that you are very balanced. You are balanced with your darkness and your light, but this person does not walk in the light at all. It's darkness all day. And just like we have the day and the night, everybody needs that balance, and they are not balanced at all. So that's why they want to siphon your light from you. And that's why they would go to such great lengths to try to siphon your energy. Spiritual exhaustion. This may be a person that you have cut cords with. They may have been in your energy before and had access to it, but you put a stop to that. Well, now they are spiritually exhausted, and that's why they are trying another time. It's like, it feels like one last effort, you know, one last hurrah. They want to try to access your energy because they know that if they continue without being fed, they are going to transition in one way or another, whether that's a physical transition or a spiritual transition where they simply hit rock bottom and are unable to do anything until they change their trajectory and switch up their path and do better. This is a state of depletion caused by prolonged exposure to negative energies, leaving the individual feeling lost or disconnected. Okay? So they are constantly around other negative energies. Whatever this karmic family or group is that they're around, it feels like a coven. It feels like just negative entities that stay in the darkness. So they are not able to feed. They need your light, but they're not trying to get it in the right way. And so they can't have it. Spiritual deception. This is absolutely a deceitful plan. The use of spiritual teachings or practices to lead others astray, causing confusion or disempowerment. So within this group, they have gathered the support of other people by deceiving them and more than likely getting them on board to use your energy and deceiving them into thinking that this is something that's acceptable or something that's doable or something that is appropriate. And binding rituals, practices designed to trap or bind a person's energy, preventing them from moving forward or achieving their potential. So this person absolutely sees you achieving your potential with the 6 of Wands and the Sun energy. Okay? So you are like the prime person that they would want to bind themselves to. And what I'm getting is that the more that you would entertain this person's idea, the more cords that could be drawn between you. Okay, so let's say if this person comes to you and they start discussing this plan with you, you would want to shut it down quickly because they have already been doing work, binding rituals to try to draw ties between the two of you and potentially between you and the other people in this karmic group as well. So you would want to shut that shit down immediately because you don't even want to entertain that sort of vibe. This is really dark, but the reason why it's coming through is because Divine wants to preserve your light, as well as your experience with the darkness, because that is what makes you so beautiful and so balanced. Whereas you have not allowed the darkness to overcome you like this person has. Okay? Divine wants to preserve and protect your energy, your beautiful energy. Okay, Divine, any clarity that you want to bring through regarding this situation? What else does this beautiful being need to know? Yeah, nurture and compassion. So nurture your energy. Also, Divine is encouraging you to see this person from a compassionate perspective, because this is such evil work to feel like you have to do, but it's also extremely desperate. So I feel like this person, this is not something that they would normally do, asking you to live with them and do something so ridiculous that they know is very out of character for you. The only reason why they're thinking that they'll be able to do it is because they have been doing rituals behind the scenes. So you'll definitely want to cleanse your energy and protect yourself. But that's a part of that nurturing energy. Okay, so nurture your energy by cleansing and protecting your auric field, your thoughts, and all of your chakras. But also, Divine is encouraging you to, instead of harboring any resentment against this person, just be so grateful that you are the high priestess, or high priest, however you want to see it or say it, and to know that you are so blessed, because divine is definitely, this is not going to be the only confirmation of this. You are going to see other either readers confirm this, or signs and synchronicities. You might be thinking about this and then you see 11:11 on the clock, or 4:44. So there will be additional confirmation so that you are very confident in this guidance that you're receiving. And divine is saying that there's no reason to harbor any resentment against this person, because you are already in such a better predicament than they are, or such a much better, on a much better path than they are. Okay. Yeah, this is a storm that they are trying to conjure up, and by not entertaining this person's thoughts and ideas, you are avoiding a storm. This would be very unexpected. Like when they would come in to share this with you, it would be very unexpected, and it is something that would potentially catch you off guard. With that clarity card that came out, this is the clarity that divine is guiding you to. Okay, 4114 on the timer. What else, Spirit? Also, what divine is saying here is that they are giving promises of nurturing you and providing compassion to you, but in reality, they would cause a total storm in your world. Yeah, this person is in serious lack. They lack everything. They lack the funds to actually support you. They even lack their own belief in the fact that they could do this. Like, they don't even really truly believe that they could do this. This is a plan that they're conjuring up, and they will try their very best to make it happen. But deep down inside, they know that you are too wise to fall for something like this. Protect your dream energy, because I feel like they're coming to you in your dreams. Also, so really what's coming through is your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, and your sacral chakra. I feel like those are the points through which they're really trying to attack in order to bring down your defenses so that you would say yes to something like this. Also, be very careful about who you're around when you're drinking and eating. If you know this person and you are ever out and about with them, or in any sort of environment where you eat food that they're around or drink something that they're around that they have access to, please be extremely careful, because this person is not beyond putting something in your drink or in your food in order to convince you to do something. That is just how desperate this person is. There may be Scorpio energy here. Doesn't have to be. But this is the vibe of Pluto with transformation. This person that's trying to pull this over on you, they are nearing the state of death or transition. Okay? That is one reason why they are so desperate for your energy. There's nothing that you need to do to rescue this person or to help them or save them. They are in a situation where they would need to save themselves, and that is the work that they are unwilling to do. So don't risk your own energy. I feel like you may have at one time offered this person some help anyway. And so there's nothing that you need to do at this point other than protect yourself and set boundaries. You may have a tendency to think about the past with this person. It could be all the toxic things that they've done. Divine says to allow yourself to process whatever you might need to process in order to get any additional lessons or to reflect on something. But please don't allow yourself to go to a state of obsession over anything, because there's nothing with this person that deserves your time, energy, and attention. If there's something that you feel you need to heal, yes, by all means do that, but this person does not need your time and energy. They need to focus on themselves, and that's something that they're just not willing to do, unfortunately. What else, Spirit? Northern Lights. Yeah, keep your eyes set on your positive energy, because you have so much going for you, And truly, this was all meant in order to distract you from the wonderful things that you have going on. Let's not forget that the reading started with the Six of Wands and the Sun and the High Priestess. That is what you are. Please don't allow this person or anyone else who is karmic to derail you from your true focus, okay? Because that's what's really important here. Divine says, make a wish, manifest dreams to reality. And that's exactly what you're doing. This is card 82. 8 and 2 is 10. So you are completing something here. You are reaching the completion of the manifestation of your dreams. And so Divine says to bring your focus back to that, because that's what matters. Karmic bonds. Yeah. Past lives, cycles, unstable relationships. You're breaking those chains. You can cut cords as many times as you need to. Doing this work over and over again helps to weaken those chains that bind us to karmic beings and to these sorts of nefarious plans that they have for us. Yeah, what keeps coming through is anger. You might be tempted to be very angry at this person, and you'll process that. As long as you set an intention to not remain angry, let the anger teach you to set boundaries and to help you heal. But once you start feeling it ongoing, on and on and on, and it produces frustration and even physical symptoms, that's when we need to make sure that we're letting go of that anger. And you can channel the anger into something positive. You can start cleaning. Cleaning is great to do when you're angry. You can declutter. You can create something, write something, paint something, sing, laugh. Thank you, Spirit. Resilience is your superpower. Divine wants to remind you that you are absolutely resilient, and there's nothing that you are going through right now that you cannot bear. There's nothing that you cannot move through and continue to be successful. Like, you are, your destiny is so successful, there's no one that can shake that. There's no one that can take your power away from you. You're not only surviving, but you are thriving. Okay, and you've thrived under harsh conditions, so you're very adaptable, and everything that you are experiencing right now, you have the power to get through it. You're built for survival, okay? And you're very self-sufficient. I'm seeing the 9 of Pentacles, where you are very self-sufficient and you have a very abundant and independent vibe about you. Yeah, okay, so Divine is just putting this out there with a love spell, trying to attract you. All right? That's something that no one can put over you, because if you don't agree to it and you choose to live above it and you cleanse and protect your energy, you're beyond any sort of spell work that they would try to send your way. Thank you, Divine. Please give me a couple cards to clarify this beautiful being's energy. You walk the path between worlds. That's one thing that makes you so magical, is that you are in tune with both the physical and the spiritual realms. And you're wise in both. You're well respected in both the physical realm and the spirit realm. You have a lot of support within the spirit realm, and Divine says that you have everything you need. They have equipped you with everything that you need to get over this little hump and to continue creating as you move through this phase. Okay, you're clearing karmic debris. You are highly sensitive, so you are picking up on a lot of energies around you. Divine says that you are spiritually attuned. There's no need for you to ever feel inadequate. You're also very observant, which is why you would never go for something like this. Your energy is beautiful. Okay, Spirit. I want to pull a couple of these, and then I'll pull a Shaman's Dream Oracle to close. Thank you, Divine. Ooh, you are otherworldly. Yeah, it's just like that card. You are a boss in both realms, spiritual and physical. Really, I should say all realms, because there are many realms. But you are otherworldly. There is no word that can describe you adequately, because your wisdom and your existence is beyond what is known to people here as great, as good, as wonderful. You're known in many different realms as a force to be reckoned with. And so you're not only wise and beautiful and intelligent, but you're this vast spirit that extends from here and beyond, you know? The sun. So this is the second time you've gotten the sun in your reading. This is your true energy, beautiful being. You are so radiant and you naturally attract success to you. That's why sometimes you experience situations like this that are so odd and out there, but it's because of who you are. And there's nothing that you need to change. Just keep being you. In fact, just focus on you. Now that you have this awareness or the confirmation of this information, you don't even need to focus on it. In fact, that's like the worst thing you could do. Divine is saying it's in your awareness, okay? So if something happens and you get, however your energy sets off for you, your energetic sensitivity, whether it's a butterfly in your stomach, or you get goosebumps, or your hair stands up, or whatever happens for you, if that happens, then tune in, because you already have been made aware of this plan. But other than that, just focus on you and your gifts and your talents, because that's why you're here. You're not here to predict or worry about this kind of foolishness with this crazy offer. You're here to do your soul's work, and Divine just wants to remind you of that. Okay, I'm gonna pull a Shaman's Dream Oracle. Also, shout out to Mama LaShawn. I got my sunflowers on. So I'm rocking the sunflowers today and her shells. So yes, Ashe. I just felt drawn to this oracle though. But maybe I'll pull an LaShawn card as well. Alright, thank you, Divine. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. Ooh. Alright, let's see what Divine has for us. This is card 24. 2 and 4 is 6. Yeah, so they're definitely in some lower self-ish that they're wanting to use to rock you, but they can't rock you because you can't rock a high priestess. Impossible. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. So that's funny because I went to message 6, which is the cosmic womb. So you are giving birth to so many beautiful things, and Divine wants you to focus on that. That's about creativity and the divine feminine. Ashe. Alright. This is the Divine Matrix, the intricate complexity of life. You might have been thinking and acting like you were the only one in the dream creating your life. The galactic mushroom arrives as a playful yet potent reminder that you need to get with your higher power. The universal laws are not for your benefit only. The law of attraction does not exist just to serve up your desired outcome. The matrix of consciousness, called Source or God, Spirit, and many other names, is intricately woven into life. There is so much complexity that the human mind cannot comprehend all the moving parts. It's impossible to see beyond what you already know. Just as the head of a mushroom is clearly visible above the soil, but not the living biome below. The thread-like mycelium of fungi from vast, intricate networks underground, connecting different life forms with one another in a kind of internet of the plant kingdom. Imagine the divine matrix serving the same way, connecting the individual consciousness with that of the divine. The galactic mushroom reminds you that your dreams and desires are heard. This is a call for faith and trust. Whatever intention you hold consistently with hope and faith first manifests in the unseen realms. Whether or not you can see it working on your behalf, eventually you see the evidence play out in the serendipitous events that work in your favor, seemingly outside of the law of cause and effect. Your most beautiful results are being birthed right now. See, like the cosmic womb? Not just for you, but for the highest good of all. Yes, and so the beautiful thing is that Divine has guided you to protect your energy so that you have exactly what you need in order to continue nurturing your intentions, to continue nurturing your dreams so that they manifest fully and come true. 55 on the timer. There is such positive change that is in effect for you. And they did not want you to allow any vampires in. They didn't want you to allow any saboteurs in on this great manifestation, this potential that you hold. It's so beautiful, and it's coming to life. All of your intentions that you have set, nobody can stand between you and your divinity. Nobody can do that. So whoever's been trying to get in your way, they can't. They can try, but they cannot ruin what Divine has for you and what your soul has planned for you in this lifetime. I'm going to pull a card from Mama Oshun. Thank you, Mama Oshun. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Oshun's machete. This is card 33. I love this card. This is about radical truth, clarity. So that's been all throughout your reading. Clarity. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. It's really small down there, but clarity is definitely what Divine is bringing you. That is a gift that Divine is bringing you at this time, so that you don't have to worry about figuring out all this stuff like in that the mushroom card, all the stuff that's beneath the surface that's unseen. Divine is saying, here, this is the information wrapped up in a reading, and you're going to get whatever other confirmations Divine brings through. But you don't need to worry about this. You can just cut that shit with your machete, okay, and keep it moving, so that you're focusing on radical truth, because you are a speaker of truth. As the high priestess, you see truth. And the thing is that you're focused on truth in a creative way, where you are tending to others. You're very nurturing. That nurturing card came through. So that's why Divine doesn't want you focusing on this nonsense. They just want you to know that it's there, and then continue to focus on your creative endeavors. You've got clarity and self-awareness, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and read this one as well, because I feel like something really good is in this for you. All of these are really good. But specifically because of the nonsense that you've experienced, you know, this is really good. A great vibe for cord cutting with the machete coming through. All right, the mantra is, I am a beacon of truth in my words, my actions, and my life. The initiation of laughter. All right, listen up. It's high time to cut through the lies and BS, which there is a plenty of that, right? Stop dancing around the issues and face the hard truth. No more excuses, no more justifications. Whether you've been avoiding confrontations or big decisions, enough is enough. Be a representative of truth in a world that desperately needs it. You owe it to yourself. Oshun's machete is a powerful symbol of radical truth-telling. This goddess invites you to wield this symbolic blade of clarity, to hack through deception, secrecy, or half-truths. Truth is her sacred ground, and she stands as a guardian of integrity. Hold the mirror up to yourself and others. Dare to dive deep into the truths that you may have been avoiding. So there may be something about this situation that as you continue on your path, you feel a need to shed light on, or you feel a need to address. Do what you need to do, beautiful being. Do what you feel divinely called to do, because that is one reason why you are the high priestess or the high priest. You are here to speak truth. You are here to see into other realms and to shed light on what is truly there. Okay? So be empowered and know that other divine beings that are chosen and are here with a purpose and who are here to serve humanity experience the same kind of tomfoolery and craziness and nonsense and mayhem. But a part of our assignment here is to not allow it to derail us and distract us to a point where we can't do our soul's work. You absolutely can. You are strong, you are empowered, and you have the clarity that you need to move forward with your divine purpose. All right, beautiful being, I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that it brought you comfort and clarity and good vibes. And I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy. And I wish you so many blessings. Take care.